Now here's Donna Hanover talking with a couple of guests about teens going under the knife. Good morning, Donna.
Good morning, Cheryl. Well, we are talking about teens and plastic surgery, and with us in the studio, Dr. Darrick Antell, who's a plastic surgeon at Beth Israel Medical Center. And we also have Sari Locker, who's been with us before, a teen advice columnist. Glad to have both of you with us. We're talking about teens and plastic surgery. A lot of people don't realize teenagers are out there having plastic surgery.
Absolutely.
What kind of surgery are they having?
Well, Don, I think of the teenage plastic surgery patients, the most common is rhinoplasty.
That's the nose.
Yes. But the other popular things are the ears, pinning ears back, and also breast reduction surgery, people with very overly large breasts.
Right.
But the most popular is rhinoplasty, or nasal surgery.
Is the teen years, is that time a good time to have plastic surgery?
Well, I think it depends on the motivation, and what I try to do when I counsel parents is to ask them who brought up the idea. Was it the teen or the parent? Mm-hmm. We have to assess the physical capabilities of the young child. Are they old enough to have the surgery? And has it been a consistent complaint? Is it something they've mentioned consistently, or is it the nose one week and their tummy the next week?
Now, do you have to be careful not to do this at too early an age?
Oh, yes. I think if you operate at too early of an age, you can actually disturb the growth in the nose, for example. But the guidelines in general for women, it's about 14, 15 for the nose. For boys, it's about 15 or 16. Ear pinning can be done as young as about 6 years old.
Right. Sari, what kind of feelings are teens expressing about plastic surgery?
Well, we all have a self-image, some way that we see ourselves. And if I asked most of the adults watching if there was one thing they wanted to change about themselves, almost everyone can come up with something. And that's pretty normal. But what happens with teenagers' self-image is a lot of times, because their bodies are changing so rapidly, and also they're dealing with the popularity issues in school, they'll attach what they look like or what they think they look like into something that if they change, it will make them an entirely more popular, better person. Mm-hmm. So that's one of the problems of teenagers' body image that sometimes makes them think they want plastic surgery when really it's not something that is necessary for them. They just need to learn to feel better about themselves.
Do most teens that have plastic surgery end up happy about it?
Some do and some don't. I had heard of one horror story of a teenage girl who had a breast reduction when she was 17, and her breasts were so large that at some point in her life she was going to have that reduction, besides just to not have the teasing and to feel better about herself, also because it's not healthy. Anyway, she had it too young and without any counseling beforehand, and she ended up becoming anorexic and bulimic. And some of it may have been some of the result of having not having the counseling and having it too young.
You know, I know someone who had the breast reduction. It was terrific in her life because she didn't want that to be the focus of when people looked at her.
Actually, Don, in the majority of cases, the patients are very, very satisfied. Breast reduction surgery has one of the highest patient satisfaction rates of any operation we do. But as far as the self-esteem issue, I've seen many patients, teens especially, but including adults, that will come into an early consultation appointment looking at the floor like they're looking for quarters, and after the surgery their chin's up and you can see they just feel so much better about themselves.
Right, except that when we deal with teenagers we have to realize most teenagers are going to feel better about the way they look in a few years anyway, when they start to grow into their bodies and when they start to realize that everyone looks different. Now, teens today are so influenced by the media. Anyone who watched Fox on Wednesday night, Beverly Hills 90210 and Party of Five, beautiful teens, and regular teens think they're supposed to look like that. They don't have to.
And it's obviously something that has to be thought about in depth. Let's give a phone number so people can get more information. It's 1-800-635-0635, and that's the American Society of Plastic and Reconstructive Surgery. That's if you're looking to find somebody to do this kind of work for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Doctor. Very
Thank
nice
you very
to have
much.
you with us. And back to you, Cheryl.